Once I walked outside, I was like, this snow got my washing set.
Girl, this weed is like magic. Cause all the snow keep touching it. It's the same. It was lit. And it's just like I'm single now. So I was like just dancing with everybody. And it was just like when I'm in a relationship, you know, I try to like not be extra, you know. But when I'm like, you feel me?
Like, what is a bae girl like?
A bae girl is fun. Like, we're lots of fun. We're down to I don't know. I feel like it's a cross between being extra fly and being down to earth. Because, like, when people, like, before they meet me, they think, you know, I'm bougie by, like, default. But like, I'm not bougie, like, in the sense of, like, you can't sit with me. You feel me? I'm friends with everyone, but, like, sometimes I can come across as being, like, a mean girl. But I'm really not. So I feel like a bae girl is just, she's a really pretty, fly, savage, fun girl.
What is your real name?
Diamante. Yeah, I have a Spanish name. It has an accent and everything over it, but you know, people be chopping up your name. You know, I like when people say my name the right way.
Does anyone call you by that name? Like
my mom.
Your mom. That's it?
Yeah, that's my mom. My dad when he's getting serious. And then you know, like he's like my boo when he want to be serious too. You know, they call you like a full government name.
Yeah, that's like, all right. How did you come with your current name?
So my grandmother gave it to me, and then I put it on my MySpace, and then, you know, my MySpace was like, I had a lot of, you know, friends on MySpace, so people would call me Saweetie. People thought that was my real name. Like, some people don't even know my real name. We went to school together. And they're like, that's your name? And I'm like, yeah, Diamante's my name. And they're like, oh, okay. But yeah, my grandma gave it to me, and then social media kind of just, you know, engraved it. She got me, my stepmom gave me a Saweetie nameplate.
Oh, it was over.
My sophomore name. Girl, I thought it was new. I'm like, see my shame? Like, it's a Saweetie, yeah.
If you didn't have a nameplate, then it wasn't like really official.
It wasn't official. Yeah, I was like, she was like, I got a first day of school present for you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And I'm just like, ooh, what is it? She's like, nah, you don't like it. So I'm getting ready, and I go to her room, and she gives it to me, and I'm like, you know? And I'm so mad. Girl, if I had a Snapchat back then, I would have just snapped it. I was so juiced. If I could explain myself in 5 words, it'd be USC, Kamora Lee Simmons, clear lip gloss, big hoops, and Mac Dre.
How do you like is that Fenty?
Girl, yes. So this is like my dollar lip gloss that I love. It's like,
I need a good one like this.
Okay, so it's a knockoff version of Mac. It's yes, they've been out since I was like in middle school.
That's crazy. Where'd you get it from?
Girl, this fan got it for me.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so I went home and my sister's like, my friend wants to meet you. I'm not sure. Right when I get home, it's like, my friend wants to meet you. And I'm just like, girl, like I literally just drove from LA to Sacramento, 5-6 hour drive. And you talking about me meeting your friend and I'm busted. So I'm just like, all right. Like, I know what it feels like to be a fan, you know? So I'm like, okay, you can come. So he comes and he's just like, so the door opens and he's just like, and I'm just like, don't record me. So I'm just like, I'm trying not to be rude. So I run into the kitchen and I'm just like, hey, put that camera away. And then so he puts it away and he goes, and he's just like this. I'm just like, what's up? He's just like, it was like my first genuine fan moment. And I'm just like, I don't know how to act, so I don't want people to feel like that around me, you know? Like, I want you to feel like you can talk to me. But he's like, I promise you, we're doing it for like 10 minutes straight. Aww. Yeah, so I'm just like giving him a hug, and he's just like, you know, about to lose it. So, you know, we talk, and then he goes, him and my little sister went to Starbucks, like, do you want something? I'm like, no, I'm good. So they come back, and he comes back with like a makeup bag for me. And like one of these things is in it. He got like a lot of lip gloss in it, and I love clear lip gloss. So that's where that came from. So I don't know where he got it
That's
from.
so sweet.
Yeah. So sometimes this could be a little too much with my blonde hair. So I put this on, and then I put like a dab of this Fenty gloss. I think it's called Spacesuit.
Gotcha.
But it's really cute with like black hair.
Do you change your hair often?
I have been lately. I'm in contract with Yummy Extensions.
Oh, okay.
And they're bomb, girl.
Yeah.
Like, their hair is like virgin. It's grade A, doesn't tangle. Oh, I've had this really bad experience. So I was at the club one time. So like when I'm out with my girls, like we get turned. Like we are definitely like those girls in LA like acting a fool in the club. You know, LA girls are just kind of like.
I went to the club in LA. Yeah, and a lot of girls are like that.
They're just like we be like getting turned, you know, so we get hypey. So it's not OD, but it's just kind of like, you know, we enjoy ourselves. So I get out. My hair is literally like this. So half of it's like regular and half of it's like this. Girl,
What?
it's matted up. And
Why
I'm
is it
just
so
like,
matted?
girl, I don't know because sometimes they put chemicals in the hair.
Oh, okay.
And like the heat, the humidity, you know, the hyphiness in the club.
Yeah.
It just like, it scrunches up. And I'm just like, pulling my hair apart. Me and my homegirls like, girl, it was just, I was like, all right, it's over for this hair company.
Yeah.
So it definitely makes me appreciate Yummy though. Because the hair, I never have an issue with it. Girl, we lifted some dark hair to the hair.
Oh yeah, I saw the red. I used to have red hair, but it was my natural.
Yeah, girl.
I'm like,
so it's
so much damage.
I definitely like switching my hair up. I get tired of it. When I was in high school, I was always dyeing my hair. Like I had blonde bangs, green bangs.
I saw on one of your captions, you were like, you should put Kool-Aid in your hair. Did that really work?
Yeah. So this is what you do. So you boil some water, and then it makes your hair smell good. So you boil water, and then you pour the thing in, and you literally like go like this with your hair. You just sit.
You leave it in there.
For like I think like 10 minutes, and it I had dark hair, so it'll put a tint on it.
Wow.
Yeah, so it actually works.
That's so cool.
And it's like rinse. Yeah, girl, we was creative.
Did your mom tell you like, no, you don't do that?
I was living with my dad at the time.
Oh, okay.
And he'd just be like, he knows I'm fabulous. But he'd be like, she just doing what she doing. Or sometimes I'd be like, you know, my booty getting big. I'd be like, my booty getting big. He'd be like, I didn't want to know that. And I'm just like,
that's mad
my booty getting big. Just tell me my booty getting big.
What was your upbringing like? Was it like financially stable or?
My parents were both hustlers. Like, I feel like that's where I get it
That's
from.
what instilled in you.
Yeah, my mom had me when she was 17, 18, and then my dad was 20, 21. So I was never really with them. I was always being babysat by everybody and their mama. But we struggled. I remember, I will never forget this. The neighbors were babysitting me, and we were supposed to go to the movie. So it was like $5 movie night. But we ended up going to a swap meet instead. I love this thing called Lovely White, and instead of going to the movies, I spent some on some stationery. And it's just like, you gave me the money, so I'm gonna spend it. So I came home, she was like, oh, how was the movie? And it's just like, oh, mom, I got these new notebooks. So I like writing. I've always been a writer. And she was like, what? You spent my money on that? And it's just like exactly like oops. But it's just like, I think it was like as a kid I was like, okay, we might not be financial. Like it crossed my mind, okay, like money is definitely an issue, so I need to be more mindful of like how I spend it. Yeah, we struggled, but they didn't. That moment kind of showed me that they did a good job of hiding it.
Because you didn't really know.
I didn't really know. Like I always had food, but yeah, I didn't really know until then.
How did your parents meet?
My mom. So my mom is a go-getter, and my dad was a bodyguard for MC Hammer, and my mom was in the office building, and she saw my dad, and she wrote her number on the calendar in one of the offices. So she called the next day and was like, hey, this is, Trinidad. And he was like, oh, I think she had a friend there. And he was like, oh, let me get you whoever it was. And she was like, no, I'm calling for you.
Oh.
Yeah. And then he's like, well, like, what's up? And she's like, my number's on that calendar.
Wow.
So she kind of like set it up. And I'm just listening to her. I'm just like, you are aggressive.
How do you usually go about like dating guys? Do you go for them like that too, or do you just like let them come to you?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you something interesting. So it's just every dude who I pursued was like short term, but every guy that has pursued me has been long term. And I think because when I if I'm pursuing you, that means that you're shy or something, and I'm just like, what's up? You know?
Yeah.
But like the other way around, I feel like I can't be with someone who's like not on my type of energy, or if not more. You know, like I need someone on the same page as me, who's moving like me. I can't have someone who I can just kind of like control.
Step over.
Yeah, I can't do that.
So what's like the ideal guy for you?
What you need, girl? I need like 6 figures. Okay, now I'm playing. Definitely someone who I can be a partner and a friend to. And by friend, someone who I can like kick it with, you know, go out with and dance with. And then a partner in the sense of like he understands that I'm a business-minded female. He can respect it. And we can like, you know, be friends, but then still kind of relate on like a business tip. You know, he can be cute and fun. I don't know, someone who's, you know, educated, fine, you know, 6 foot with 6 figures.
How do you go through how do you get over like a heartbreak or somebody?
We live in a generation where it's just like, I'm not affected.
Yeah,
like,
I don't care.
No, you need to be bothered. You need to like soak in your feelings, and you need to cry it all out. It's very important to confront those feelings.
Yeah.
Because if you sweep them under the rug, they're gonna fester, and that's not really good to do.
Right.
So I always like recommend like listening to Ashanti and Foolish, and you know, crying it out.
I have that on my blog. That was like my opening song at one point. Yeah, because I was like, I love this song.
Yeah, and it's just like you need to experience that recovery process. So I definitely recommend, you know, listening to your songs, crying, but always giving yourself a time period. It's like me and Sabrina, we when we be going through some stuff, we be like, all right, you got like 3 days, 5 days to like soak, to be, you know, wrapped up with your covers,
watching Netflix,
not going to sleep, you know, sleeping the stuff off. But after that, you got to bounce back. You know, bounce back from recovery.
Facts.
So it's just kind of like, it's always important to deal with it, but give yourself a time frame, because you don't want to be doing that for a month, 2 months. Like I know people who just are so stuck on a situation they can't progress in life. You know, we in our 20s, we don't got time for that.
Yeah.
You know?
How old are you, by the way?
I'm 24.
Oh, okay. Because I was reading some sources online, and I was like, I can't believe everything online. Because one thing is that you were 21.
And I was so mad about that, because it's just kind of like, I don't want people to think I'm lying about my age.
Right. Because she's 24 over here, but in this interview, she's 21.
So I'm just like, oh, hell no, this is so bad. I'm like, I wanted to quote retweet it and be like, nah, y'all, I'm 24, but I'm like, nah. If they know, they know, they know.
What is a question that like people haven't asked you that you're like, damn, I wish they asked you?
It used to be my ethnicity, because for a minute, like everybody thought I was Spanish. Yeah, and I was just like, I don't mind being that. Like y'all hella cute, you know. But it's just like, I'm not Spanish. It's like it's dope. Like I think Spanish women are beautiful, but it's just like I'm Asian, and my mom would be like, you need to like, you people don't know you're Filipino. like my like Filipino side is hella Filipino. Like.
I know, I saw a video of your mom and I was like, oh snap.
Yeah,
like I didn't know.
She's Asian, persuasion.
She's so cute.
Yeah, thank you.
Does she live in the Bay Area too? Or
she lives in Vegas.
Oh wow. Do you go there?
Not a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Vegas is cool, but I love, if I'm not working, like I like New York because I'm working out here and I love the city, but any other city, if I'm not working, I like to be in LA where I can just be on my shit.
How was it in LA? Because I know you've been living there for the past 4 years.
LA is cool, but LA is just, it's not genuine. It's tricky. That's what it is. I mean, some people are cool, some people are genuine, but there's a lot of like hidden motives sometimes. But as you like get into it, you just spot them. It's like no pressure. It's just like, okay, I know what you're doing. I'm not gonna mess with you.
Yeah. Do you get that more now that like you're up and coming?
Yeah, it's really interesting just like how people operate. Right. It's just kind of like you don't want to do dinner and have lunch with me, but now all of a sudden you want to do dinner and have lunch and get drinks, and it's just like no. My circle is really small, and I'm grateful to have like my immediate like circle, and we just move. One of the girls I grew up with, her name's Sabrina, that grew up together, and then the other girl's her best friend, and then we kind of all became cool.
That's
so
cool.
now we just kind of like our own circle.
Yeah.
My friends are the most amazing people on the planet. And it's funny because we're not a big group of friends. Like my friends all get along with each other, but they're all relationships that I have made like individually with
Like
them.
separate.
And they're all extremely supportive. And it's just like, and supportive comes in like different ways. You know, some of my friends post about me and some of them don't. And it's just like, I'm okay with that. Like some people think that posting their friends all the time means that they support them, and it really doesn't.
It's different forms of support.
Yeah, and it's just like they all genuinely support me. Like I don't care if they ever post anything about me at all. Like they literally call me and like check up on me, like how's it going for you? And they're like real genuine conversations, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And it's just overwhelming in a good way to be receiving that much love and support from my friends.
How does your family feel about you going into music, being that you went to school?
Well, I've been wanting to rap since I was in middle school.
I saw that video and you're like, I want to be a rapper. I was like, she's so cute.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like, it's all support. I mean, it's not something that I randomly wanted to do. I mean, when I first wanted to do it, they're just kind of like, everybody wants to be a rapper. So it's just kind of like, they didn't want to hurt my feelings, but it was definitely the vibe of like, this is not for everybody. And we love you, but you know, like just know that these are what comes with it, you feel me? Like, you're not guaranteed to make it. And I'm just like, I'm gonna be a rapper. What y'all gonna do? I'm gonna be a rapper. So it was just dope to just see those videos. I have tons of them. I have like books from high school of just like full, just thick,
like raps
of just raps.
That's crazy.
So it's just like I knew this is what I always wanted to do. It's never been a game to me. So after high school, after college, I was like, okay,
now's the time.
Now's the time, and my family and friends are just fully supportive.
Did you try to do it while you were in college? Or?
Yes, and I think I tried 3 times, and every time I did that, my grades would start to slip. Because I'm an obsessive worker. Like when I'm passionate about something, I will literally, like sometimes I would miss class because I would like write for too long. I would get carried away with writing. I would stay up really late, so I'd be really tired for school. So it's just kind of like, okay, if I want to be in school, like, you know, some people have came at me like, oh, like J. Cole went to school and did music at the same time. But you know, everybody's situation is different. And it's just like, I went to the #1 communication school in the country. When you go to a top tier private school, like it's a different beast. And it's just like, I'm not gonna graduate doing like half-ass work.
Right.
I'm gonna give it my 100%. I mean, maybe like 90.
I'm like, think about what I said earlier.
Because I was a procrastinator, and I know I would have excelled in a such different way if I would have applied myself. I didn't apply myself, but I was a procrastinator girl. So it's just kind of like,
yeah, me too.
Yeah. So it's just kind of like, I needed to give my 100% to USC. Like that's not a school you play with. One, I'm gonna touch on like my experience, and then 2, transferring. College was amazing. I wasn't gonna go to college at first. I actually applied the day before the Cal State applications were due. Yeah, because I didn't want to go. I was like, I want to do music, but I didn't have no resources. I didn't have a plan. So I was like, all right, girl. Like I want to get out of Sacramento. So this is gonna be my way out. Applied, got into San Diego State, loved it. Did a lot of made history there. I was the first girl to try out for the mascot.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I did that. I was the face of my student store. I danced on the drill team. So it was a lot of fun. And then I transferred to USC. And transferring was like interesting.
What made you transfer?
Because I wanted to be in LA. Because you know LA is an A market, and San Diego was a B market for music. So I was like, all right, I need to be where like my career makes sense.
Right.
But I never understood what it meant to be a transfer student. Like at San Diego State, I'd be like, why don't you guys ever come out? And it's just like, well, we're not on campus. So I'm like, what does being on campus have to do with anything? Like being a transfer student and commuting to school, like you're still out of the loop.
It's so true. When I transferred to my other school, I was like, what the heck is going on?
What is going on?
Like, how do you even get involved? Like, there was kind of like a disconnect between having like transfer students like come in. I felt that disconnect too. It was kind of weird.
I feel like disconnect is like the perfect word for that. And I just wish transfer students knew that so that they can prepare for that.
Yeah.
And like for transfer students, I always recommend getting involved as possible. You're not gonna meet anybody else like
unless
any other way.
You have to put
unless you're in
yourself
class,
out.
but nobody's really like, you know, at
Yeah.
the schools. Nobody is really like, you know, kicking it in class. San Diego State was more laid back. USC is just like a whole bunch of business-minded people who knew what they wanted to do. And it was very inspiring. I was surrounded by a whole bunch of ambitious people. people who've been working towards what they wanted to do since they were freshmen. And it's just like, I felt so just out of the mix with that part. Because it's just like, I want to be, do music, but here I am in the communication school doing a whole bunch of things that have nothing to do with music.
Have you ever felt like, damn, I shouldn't have gone to college, I should have just like went straight into music?
Definitely not.
No.
Like, college will definitely chew you up and spit you out to be better than you were when you first arrived there. If you like handle yourself accordingly, because a lot of people like go to college and don't really utilize the resources. But I was always cool with my professors. I wasn't involved, but I made sure that I was able to benefit from something. Because if I'm going to spend 5 years doing something, I better like learn something.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah. What happened was I had a full ride from grants and having good grades from San Diego State and showing that I was a consistent student. So I got a lot of like grants from that, but it capped. So the tuition kept going up and my grants kind of like capped for my first year. So my first year was a full ride. But for the next 2 years, the tuition went up a couple $1,000s. So I had to take out loans for that.
Yeah. Did you work while you were in school to like make ends meet, or what did you do?
Girl. I was literally working like 45 hours a week.
Really?
I had a work-study job at the business school. And then I was a waitress at a sports bar. And then from time to time, I would code for a professor. And then I had money-making mommies.
Yes, I saw that.
So it was like I had 2 consistent jobs and like 2 side hustles.
Gotcha.
So I was busy and I loved it. Like,
are you still doing the Money Making Mommy? Like, are you still making merch for that? Because I went on the website, but I didn't really see.
We're gonna like postpone that and focus on IC for now.
Gotcha.
And kind of like bring it back and collab those 2 brands together. I'm excited about that. But yeah, girl, it was crazy, but I loved it.
Yeah.
Like, and I had a social life. It was wild.
I saw in one of your interviews, I'm not sure if it was with Vibe, you were like, oh, you know the triangle?
Yeah.
Where you like have to
It's
socialize.
like sleep, social life, and good grades.
Yeah,
like,
so you did all.
Yeah, because by default, like my personality and how I work, I'm a procrastinator. So it's just like, I'm gonna procrastinate anyway, so I'm gonna go enjoy myself. my memories and just the vibes I got from my experience kept me going. So I'm like, oh, like I'm so tired, but last night was popping.
Yeah, like, I'm glad I went.
Yeah.
How was homecoming?
It was, oh my gosh.
I saw your pictures and I was like, that looks like so much
It was lit. And it's just like I'm single now. So I was like just dancing with everybody. And it's just like when I'm in a relationship, I try to like not be extra,
right.
But when I'm like, you feel me?
Like you out here, you do what you want to do.
Like, I was able to enjoy like myself and other people's company. And it's just like I'm from the Bay, so we dance with everybody.
Yeah.
But like like when you're older in your relationship and social media, like if somebody snaps you dancing with somebody,
it could look like something else.
Something else. So me and my girls, we just
When did success on like social media really kick in for you?
After the ICY GRL music video.
It went crazy.
It was kind of just a lot. And it's funny because, I'm a normal person and I would get anxiety.
Really?
From like, some people like the attention on social media, but it was just so many comments, so many likes, so many DMs.
Damn.
And it was just kind of like, what is going on here? And it's just like ICY GRL is jumping like 10,000, 100,000, a million. And it's just like, I'm getting all these people trying to talk to me. I'm just like,
so much to like handle. Has anyone noticed you in public?
Yeah. It's like,
how was that?
Okay, so at USC homecoming, it was like kind of crazy because they're like grabbing me, and I'm just like, I'm automatically thinking it's a dude because some dudes are aggressive, and I'm just like mugging, and it's like a girl, and I'm just like, ah, and they're like, oh my gosh, ICY GRL, sweetie, and it's just like, oh hey, I like to be as polite as I can because at the end of the day, like they're supporting me. And they don't have to do that.
Right.
So it's like I want to appreciate every experience, every interaction as much as possible. But if I'm in like a party or a social setting, they're very, they'll come up to me. But if I'm like, out for lunch or like at the mall, they'll like DM me and be like, hey, I saw you there. So it just depends on what kind of setting I'm in.
Do you spend a lot of time on social media, being that you have like such a big following?
Girl, so as of lately, yes. Because I try to, I'm very interactive with my fans, or just my supporters, the people who like talk to me over the internet because, like they support me. And it's just really cool to see because, like the music I was making back then wasn't really that good. So I know what it feels to have songs that people don't interact with. people don't like. But to just know that you support me, I'm just like, thank you, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I might not be able to say it to everyone, but that's how I genuinely feel. But some of my fans are really aggressive. So they'll be like, put the song on iTunes, Spotify, I want to put it on my
That's
playlist.
good. You need people like that
No,
too.
I do, but sometimes it's just like, okay, just chill a little bit, you know? But I love it though. Those are like the diehard fans though. I really like love them though. But it's cool. It's just like, it's nice that everybody is, you know, receiving it well. My Twitter and my Instagram is crazy right now. Like my DMs are just all girls.
Damn.
Like it's
That's
like
so cool.
it's like 99% girls. And you know, like I love talking to them sometimes. I just love that I'm able to connect with women. Like women are just so beautiful. Like we run this earth, you know. So it's just kind of like dope to see girls in Dubai, you know. Where else? London, Africa. Like wow, I see girls worldwide.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so much feedback.
Bro, so much feedback. Like I didn't know that ICY GRL would become the entity it has become. Yeah.
How was it shooting your focus video?
It was actually shot like 3 days after ICY.
Yeah.
So I've had it forever.
Oh, okay, but you just released it.
I try to be patient with my moves. But Focus was fun. Focus was just more like I wanted, you know, like I'm super fabulous, of course, but I grew up a tomboy. So it was kind of like I wanted to like show that side of myself. That's why I have like, you know, showing love to the Bay, the 49ers vintage sweater with like my Cortezes. So that was a lot of fun. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm cool, but like I'm also a tomboy as well.
And the video that you did for ICY, that was in a mansion, no?
Yeah, it was in.
How was that?
It was. Where was that? It was like Hollywood Hills. Yeah, it was fun. It was hot as hell though, because the AC was broken.
Oh.
So like between scenes, I'm just like, oh, I'm oily. I'm hella oily. So I'm just like, okay, I need to make sure I always look on point. And it's funny because people was like, oh, she's so dewy, she's glowing. I'm just like, baby, that was heat.
That was actually sweat.
That was heat. Yeah, my body was heating up. Right.
How do you like New York City weather?
Girl. Like, this is, you know, I love where I'm from. You know, but this is like my favorite city.
That's so good.
No, especially in the summertime.
Oh,
like,
the summertime is terrible.
You cannot get a hold of me. Like you cannot, like you can't. No.
So you out here?
I used to date someone from New York City, and like I'm cool with like, are you doing that? I'm about to walk around, take a train. Like I'm a city girl, you know. So like I feel like New York is the Bay times 20. So like I'm in heaven, you know.
Oh my gosh, you have to move here soon.
No, I really want to. You don't see me, I'm like, hey girl, I'm outside.
No facts.
Yeah.
What do you do for fun?
What do I do for fun? I do a lot of things for fun. I'm trying to think. I've been so busy lately. What do I do? You know what? I feel like I have the most fun when I'm with my cousin. So I have, we're called like the clique. That's what like our aunties and like my grandma has taught us. It's like whenever we click up, it's just kind of like, like we be twerking, we be drinking, we be like they got jokes. Like I'm corny compared to them, but like they be like capping off like it's over. Like when they start coming to shit in. So we be like doing that. We watching movies. We be like catching up. Cause like it's four of us in LA, and then 2 of them in the Bay Area. So it's just always a joy to be around them. So like hanging with my girls for fun. I like reading. I'm a big reader.
Me too. What's your favorite book?
Girl, what you be reading?
I read like inspirational books.
Okay, so I love inspirational books, but I feel like my favorite book of all time was The Coldest Winter Ever.
The Coldest Winter Ever?
Winter Ever.
Winter Ever?
You never read that?
He just put me on.
It's about a girl growing up in Brooklyn and her dad's a drug dealer.
What?
Girl, I be feeling like I'm her. You gotta read it and tell me what you think.
I'm gonna get it. I'm like, you know what to get me for Christmas.
Yeah, no, girl, it's so bomb. Oh, I'm so mad you haven't read that. You need to, it's like an addictive Netflix show. Like you need to, if you have plans, I suggest you read it when you don't got plans because you'll be engulfed.
Yeah.
And you just want to like keep flipping the page.
Dang, I need to read that. How did you discover that book?
I was at the hair shop getting my hair done, and like my play big cousin was like, you know, she was like, ha, you still getting your hair done, but you can use my book. Cause you know, like when you're getting your hair done, they stay open extra late for you. So I'm the only one in the shop, and she was like, you can read my book.
Oh, okay.
So I'm reading it, and I'm just like, this is hella good.
She ain't getting this back.
Girl, no, that's what happened. She was like, I need my book back. I didn't finish it. I'm just like, no, you're not getting this back.
The Icy song that you made, and it's 5 million views.
Girl, yes.
That's crazy.
Because it was a car rap.
Yeah, I remember seeing that car rap, and that's when I followed you. I was like, oh, she's
Really?
lit.
Oh,
yeah, and then I followed you.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. So, were you ever nervous that someone was gonna see you like recording a video in your car?
You know what? At first I was, but like I would literally sit in my car for like an hour.
Yeah.
And then sometimes like I'd be missing the lighting, so I'd be like, okay, I don't care who sees me, like I need to get this video done. But yeah, sometimes you look up, people are just staring at you.
Yeah.
And I know it's just like they looking at me like these damn millennials, like just looking into her camera, like what is she doing? But yeah, a lot of experiences of people like staring at me while I'm rapping in my car.
That's
so awkward.
When did you start to record in like a home studio?
After I met my manager.
Nice.
I think that was like end of April. And that was really helpful. You know, I didn't have the right resources.
Right.
So I was recording in my car. I was like, someone's gonna see these raps. I was like, I don't have a studio, but someone gonna see me flowing.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of happened with that.
That's so cool. And what is your like routine of writing? Like, do you have to sit down in quietness without anyone there? Like, what is your routine?
Girl, I'm a very random writer. So like sometimes I'll get inspired to like write while I'm in the shower, mostly while I'm driving. But yeah, so I have no set way of writing, but I really like gravitate towards my experiences in life, and then from there I'm able to like grab, you know, my bars.
Gotcha. And I know that in one of your interviews, I believe it was with Vibe magazine, that you said, I see you wrote that when you're in a really dark place. So would you mind talking about like what that dark place was for you?
I don't think I'm crazy. When I was doing it, people were like, you're crazy. So I would like rent rooms off of Craigslist, and it was like, it was cool because I would get, you know, good deals sometimes.
Oh, okay.
But you know, I didn't have any furniture. All I had was a mattress. Like, I didn't want people coming over to my house. You know, like nobody knew what I was doing, and they were like, just like, why do you move so much? And I was just like, oh, you know.
That was when you were in school?
When I was in school, after I graduated, I didn't know if I was gonna stay in LA, and I didn't have, you know, the income to have an apartment, but now I do. So yeah, it's just like, it was a very dark and scary point in my life, because, you know, I'm renting rooms from strangers in their own house.
Oh, okay. So it was just like they were living, like a family was living there, and then you would rent a room.
It's not even sometimes families, just people.
Wow.
Sometimes other people were just renting the rooms as well, but it's just like, I'm literally like praying over my room at night, like making sure my door is locked. I'm just like, I don't know these people, so hopefully like what I've learned from them, they're cool people, and they were. I mean, I had some weird experiences, but yeah. So it's just like, it was dark. It was a dark moment in my life because I didn't have a consistent home. I didn't have a consistent flow of money. I wasn't ambitious, and I was like, girl, you need to get out of this hole you're in. This is not who you are. How you go from working 45 hours a week getting money, like I was getting a lot of money, being a grade A student in school, to sitting in a room with a mattress in it. And I was like, this is not who you are. So I was like, I need to write about who the person I know I am and who I want to be. That's why I say, looking in the mirror, I thank God for what I'm about to be. God, I literally came up with that bar, looking in the mirror.
Wow.
Yeah, so
that's deep.
That's what happened. Yeah, with that. Yeah. I feel like I'm the first person. I thought you were the first person who kind of like had me elaborate on that, so that's cool.
Thank you. I was interested in knowing, how do you get over like dark times other than that time? Like, how do you keep yourself positive on a day-to-day basis, being that like mental health is so important?
Mental health is so important. Like, your mind is a garden.
Yeah.
And you need to make sure that the seeds you're planting, your thoughts, are just the right seeds, and you're like watering those seeds with the right ideas and planting those seeds, being positive. I'm praying. I pray a lot. I listen to a lot of gospel music. I was raised in the church. And then my homegirl Sabrina, the girl who I went to USC with, we have a lot of like in-depth morning conversations.
Really?
Like almost every morning.
Is that your sweet mate, or do you like live by yourself?
I have my other homegirl is my roommate. But me and Sabrina are the ones which our dads grew up with each other. And we be in our bonnets and our scarves. We'd be like, hey girl, what's up? And it's just like we kind of like bounce ideas off of each other because she has her Ferlet line.
Yes, I saw that. It's fire.
Yeah, she's doing really well with that.
So shout out to her.
Yeah, so shout out to Sabrina Brazil. She has her fashion. She takes photos. She takes most of my photos. She's dope. She's just kind of like a jack of all trades, a Jane of all trades. So like she'll tell me her ideas, I'll tell her my ideas, and we kind of like play devil's advocate sometimes. So it's always good to just remain positive, pray, and just have that friend you can go to, because like if you guys know that you know what to expect, you don't feel like you're bothering them, I can go to her and I can just vent, and I know that she's like taking what I'm saying seriously, and I know that I'll get sound advice from her. And you also need those friends to tell you when you're wrong. Yep. There'll be times when she'll be like, girl, you're tripping. And I'll be like, I might catch a little attitude. I'm just like, okay, you're right.
Yeah. Like, you definitely need somebody like that, because then it's like, who's really going to tell you about yourself?
Yeah, she's definitely not a yes man.
Yeah. Now that you're single, how has that changed like your focus on stuff? And she got a song name.
Yeah, we got a song name focus.
Dropped 3 days ago.
It's amazing, like when you're in a relationship, especially when you're older, you're literally sharing your life with someone.
It's so true.
And I feel like these years, when you're 21 to 29, we're never gonna get them back. And I've literally been in relationships I've been in relationships or I've been talking to someone since I was in middle school.
Same.
Like I was
same.
I'm always that friend who always just was talking to somebody.
Same, yeah.
So this is the first time when I'm just like I'm focused, and it's just like I don't have to worry about calling anybody, checking in. It's just all about me, and I love it. I love spoiling myself. I like being by myself. I'm one of those people. I like being by myself.
Yeah.
And you get to share your time with yourself, and it's very important to figure out what self-love is. Like, this stage I've grown so much as a woman, as an artist, as a student. Even though I graduated, I'm always going to be a student. It's always important to learn. And I'm not telling, young girls to break up with your dude. But
don't do that if you don't want to.
If it's not making sense, it's just, the person may be a great person, but it's always good to take a step back. Because you can always be in a relationship, but you can't always get these years back.
Yeah, that's true. What advice would you give girls who are like nervous about taking the jump of doing whatever they want to do?
I would always say, because every jump is not a good jump. Like sometimes certain things aren't meant for certain people, I'm trying to think of an experience I had with that. Modeling, I'm 5'6". I'm not a model. I tried pursuing it and it didn't work out for me. And thankfully it wasn't a big enough jump to where I was investing my money everywhere. But modeling was a no for me, a big no, Like sometimes I would take good pictures, but they would ask for my height and they'd be like, no.
Was it because of your height?
Wow, because of my height. So sometimes, but in my spirit, I was like, this is not what you're supposed to be doing. But to me, modeling, easy money, I'm like, it's money, But I feel like you should definitely be more in tune with yourself and your soul and your spirit. And if that jump is something that everything like you agree with, then take that leap, Like I turned down like 3 hospital jobs to pursue this, I was not too big. But everything works out, I'd rather take the long road and then get to where I want to be, rather than, like love it now but then regret it later.
Yeah.
Like I'm a very like high maintenance materialistic person. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm calculating my check. I'm like, I can get this, I can get this. And I was like, no girl, like it'll pay off like once you're earning money doing something you really love. And I really love what I'm doing right now.
That's so good.
Yeah.
When you were in school, were you like, I just want to do music?
Yeah, and it'd be like, I'd be sitting in class and I'd be like, why am I here? I'd be like pissed off in class sometimes. I'd be pissed off writing my papers. I'd be like, I should be writing a rap right now. But it's just like, it definitely taught me self-discipline, responsibility. So I feel like, and another thing for girls, like if you're in a situation you're not happy with, make sure you learn something. You don't want to go through something, whether it's, a bad point in your life with like your financials, a bad relationship, being at a job you don't like, make sure you learn something so that it means something. You feel me? You don't want to like keep, you know, like a cycle of just a whole bunch of wasting your time. Yeah. So, you know, just make sure you always learn something. I feel like everything is working for your good.
I like that. Let's talk about trusting the process, because I know that obviously this didn't happen like overnight for you.
Girl, no.
You've been wanting to do this since you were 14.
Yeah, and it's just like being a woman in this industry is very difficult. Like in the lyrics I say charging by the minute because my time is really pricey. And like a side note, like I think ICY GRL is just such a big part of my life because every bar meant something to me, and I was actually like talking about like real life stuff. So like charging by the minute because my time is really pricey. Like a lot of dudes, specifically people, like to waste your time and like to make you think that you're about to work with them. And you know, like that was really difficult because I'm just like trust the process, but it's just like what is going on? Like I'm trying to record, or like I don't want to go on a date with you. I don't want to hang out. I don't want to do that. You know?
I don't need you from here.
So like that was really difficult, and like sometimes I'm just like, okay, maybe this isn't meant for me. But like every time I like to talk to myself, so it's like every time I like would draw out my plan, everything always ended up with music. So I'm just like, okay, you know what, YOLO. And it's crazy because like I was interviewing like at really, not at really, but I was interviewing a lot of hospitals that were paying really well. And it's just like the whole time I'm in these interviews, you know, I'm doing really well, and it's just like you got the job, and it's just like, am I supposed to be in the hospital industry? Like I want to make that money, but this is not what I wanted to do. And every time I'd be in those interviews, I'd get sick. Like I'd feel like I was going against my soul's wish. And I feel like people should always listen to that. So that's like a really good indicator of just like trusting yourself. And you know, people should trust people. Like it's one thing to trust people, but you should really trust yourself, because at the end of the day, that's the person who dictates what happens with your life. So I was just like, okay, I'm gonna do this. And like I said, like I'm gonna make these car raps. And someone gonna see me.
How did you come across your manager?
There he goes. So me and Sabrina and my cousins, my mom, were at a Fancy Puma event. And he comes up to me, I'm taking pictures of Sabrina, and he goes, hey, like, what do you do? I'm just like, I'm a photographer. You know what? At this point, I'm fed up with everybody.
Yeah, you're like
I've told so many people what I did. I'm just like, you know what? I'm a photographer. And he's just like, okay. I'm just like, yeah. You know, proceed with the party. And he's like, you know, interacting with my cousins. I'm just like, what are they talking about? It's just like, okay, so I walk over there and he goes, no, what do you really do? And I'm just like, oh, like, I want to do music, I do music. You know, it's always that uncomfortable feeling because everybody's an actress, everybody's a producer, everybody's a, you know, a musician in a way. So I'm just like, I want to do music. You know, not confident at all. And he's just like, oh, okay, like what's your profile, da-da-da. And I give him my profile. He slides me a DM and was like, hey, like we should meet, da-da-da. And I'm just like, I don't want to meet with you. And you know, like, so I'm just in bed on my mattress in my empty room one day. I'm like, girl, you're not doing nothing. You should go meet up with him. I'm like, okay, I'll meet with you. And he goes, oh, does this time work for you? The next day, I'm just like, yeah, it works for me. You're not doing nothing anyway, so why not, you know? And it's like, okay, but I don't want to do it, but I want to do it because I want to, like, you know, trust the process. And if this helps, it helps. I looked up his name. And he's like worked with like Beyonce. You know, he was like the engine behind B2K, and he has just like plenty of experience under his belt. And I'm just like,
yeah, I'm getting judged right now.
I'm like, oh, okay, that's me. Okay, I'm on my way. So it's just kind of like we clicked, and we've just been like Batman and Robin.
Yeah. I saw that you guys done like so much since you've been in the industry. So what have you done so far?
So yesterday we did Rap Genius. That was tons of fun. I love them. After that we did Vibe. I love Vibe. They were the first major outlet to cover me several times. I think they've done like 3 articles on me.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's amazing. Today we did Complex. It's a cool office. XXL. We just left from there, so I was kind of late.
No, it's fine.
And we did Hella Beautiful. It had Global Grind and several other outlets there. I was able to showcase some music to a room full of women.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's so cool.
it was really good. Cause you know I make music for women at the end of the day.
Right.
Like, I love the dudes, and I will make songs that both can relate to. But I feel like we're missing that female voice in rap, and I'm not necessarily saying I'm going to fill that void, but I feel like all of these upcoming female rappers will fill that void. And I feel like it's very important, and I feel like it's so dope that all these girls are on the rise, and hopefully we can, balance out the industry, because it's so male dominated.
Yeah. Who do you look up to that is women-based in the industry?
Women-based in the industry, I'd have to say probably, oh, these questions are so good, and I know the answers, so my mind always goes blank. Well, first of all, Lil' Kim is just a queen bee.
Right.
Like, she just, just
Set the ground.
she was just kind of like such a feminine, raw, aggressive rapper. So I look up to her in the sense of like unapologetically being herself. I really don't like that people come at Cardi and it's just like, you need to be a role model. And it's just like, no, this is what got her here.
Right.
So it's just like, I feel like I love that Kim was unapologetically her, and I feel like Cardi will continue to be unapologetically her as well. So I really love that approach. It's like take it or leave it, but it's just like it's such a likable, like we all got that cousin or we all got that friend that act like that. And it's just like so many women can relate, and even if we don't like relate like directly, we all have that little part of ourselves that we might not show the world, but we definitely act like that. So definitely Kim for being just her. I love the way Nicki has branded herself. I used to watch her YouTube videos all the time.
In high school, I used to watch it after school, like remembering the words and everything.
Yes, and it's just remember the jump off and like grinding, and then when Itty Bitty Piggy came out.
Oh yeah, it was kind of crazy.
I was like, who is
mind blown.
Yeah, I was like, and then my AIM name was already Rich Barbie. I was like, oh my gosh, she's like Queen Barbie, and I'm like Baby Barbie. No, it's crazy because that was the first artist that, when you discover an artist on your own, and you're like, this is, like, I discovered it.
Yeah.
And you like wanting to share it to everybody, but it's kind of like weird because you want to share it with everybody, but you don't like everybody like using her lyrics.
Right.
Like only I can use them. She's mine. That's how I felt. Like I was very selfish with Nicki when she came out. Like I just loved her, and she had the long nails, and she was just always talking.
Yes.
And she had like the pink hair, and I was just like, ooh, like oh my gosh, like she's so pretty. Like I want to do that. So then I started writing. She was definitely a spark for me wanting to rap, because you have like Queen Latifah, Kim, and Foxy, and it was such a big time frame gap, and you're just like, okay, like female rap has kind of ended. Like they did it, but okay, it's over. And then Nicki just comes.
Yeah,
she's just like, okay, I can do it too. And then third, I really like what Queen Latifah has done with rapping and acting. She's an amazing actress. So those are definitely my three: Kim, Nicki, and Queen Latifah.
That's so cool. Like I know you rap a lot about like yourself and your experiences. So what's gonna be different on your EP?
Definitely the topics will be more specific. ICY GRL is very relatable. However, it's just bar after bar after bar. It's not really like a diary. But I feel like I have songs that are geared towards topics. I have this one called Bum Ass Nigga, and it's like a FU.
Yeah. I feel like this is something I can bump in the car.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those like I don't fuck with you. You know how Big Sean had I don't fuck with you.
Yeah, that was really
so
straightforward.
This is like geared towards women, bum ass nigga. So it's just like
we talked about that in my last interview. Talking about like how to avoid those kinds of men.
Girl, but those are the types of men that you want to talk to.
It's so true though. It's like
just be like, I know you, but that's how they get you, ladies. Like, I'm gonna tell you a little secret. So those types of men, what draws women in is them telling women that they're going to change. Because then now the woman thinks, oh, I can change him. But in reality, he's lying. So that's what draws women in. People don't know that.
Yeah.
That's what draws people in. So like,
So true.
No.
Don't fall for his potential.
Don't fall for, quit falling in love with people's potential.
Because then you fall in love with like who they could be, but not who they actually are.
And it's just like men are different. Men don't fall in love with a woman's potential. They fall in love for who she is.
It's true.
So it's just like we need to just, kind of get on that type of train and, quit falling in love with niggas' potential. Because, sometimes they may not be that man. And they keep telling you, oh, like, you're helping me become a better man. And it's just like,
person.
no, I'm not. Quit lying to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to like leave a toxic relationship like that?
You know what? I feel like I've had several experiences dating all the way back to like, I feel there was this one boy. Woo! Oh my gosh! I was a freshman and he was a senior, and he I learned a lot from him though, because he was one of those. I mean, he was very toxic, and I learned at a very, very young age. Yeah, I was kind of fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, that falling in love with people's potential is it's a fantasy, and we can't be living in a fantasy.
It's true. I hear your manager scuffing over here. He's like,
because I just leaked the secret. That's why.
you got your nails done at one of my friends' nail salon, the ICY.
You know her?
Yeah. I met her.
She was out here. Yeah, she was out here. Yeah, I love her.
She's so cool, right?
Yeah, I love her so much. But my lady, like, if you ever come to LA, I'll go with you. She's so much fun. Like, we'll go and she gives you exactly what you want. Like, I can literally like not look at her. If I don't like my nails, my day is short.
Yeah, me too.
No, I'm so far gone. I used to have really good, strong nails, but they would always break. So I'm just like, with the acrylic, you can just keep them.
I like yours.
Thank you.
What color is this?
Girl, I literally broke this today.
Oh,
I have to
shit.
super glue it.
Oh, at least you super glue.
Yeah, girl, right before.
How'd you break it?
Girl, breaking a piece of bread. I was so mad. I'm like, really, dog?
Really?
Are you gonna break up before my meeting?
Thank you so much for coming too. Because I know that you were like, oh, when I'm in New York City, we definitely have to like link. But I didn't know it was gonna be this soon.
Me too, and I was just like, I've been so busy. I was like, when you hit me, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy you hit me. And it's just like, you hit me from your private, not your private, your personal account. So I'm like, I'm so glad I saw it. I'm just like, oh, we have to go. Like, I was ready to go yesterday. And I was like, I have to make this stop. So thank you for having me.
Yeah,
like,
thank
I
you so
really
much.
like love your vibe. Like, you're fun to be around. You got some good wine.
Thank you.
Yeah,
It's
I'm a
picnic
fan.
style.